Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Kev KSB250. Welcome to part 1 of Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. I subscribed to this a few days ago and just got my first subscription pack through, so I'm just going to go through what you get in your first subscription pack. You obviously get issues 1 and issues 2. You get a introduction to the model. Just shows you some of the details that you're going to get in the model. The model's going to have some working lights, same kind of stuff, and you also get some detailed photographs, close-ups of the model as well. You also get a life-size poster of the model, quite a bit bigger than DeLorean. I think DeLorean was 50 centimeters. This one's going to be about 80 centimeters, so quite a bit bigger. It's probably going to be quite a bit heavier as well. It's all die-cast metal if it's the same as the DeLorean was. The bonnet is, we've got the hood or the bonnet now, and that's die-cast metal, so quite a big model. You also get obviously issues 1 and issues 2. We're going to take a close look at those in a moment, and you get a binder. As with everything on these part builds, $2.99 for the first kind of instalments, and then I think it's $9.99 after that per issue. I think it says up to 141 issues. Interesting part of the subscription when I read into the bump is you should be getting the Proton Packs. You'll get 2 Proton Packs with your 4th delivery, but they're priced at $19.99 for 2, and you get 2 more Proton Packs in delivery 7, and once again they're $19.99. They're a bit like the special issues we got for the DeLorean. You don't get them free, you do have to pay for them, but they come as part of your subscription automatically, I think, unless you phone them and say you don't want them, but they're going to go in the back of the model obviously. So now we're going to look at the actual parts you get for issue 1. So okay, issue 1 of Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. What do we get? You get the hood, die-cast metal, quite nice hood trim on it, black on the inside. Yep, you get the hood. You get some air vents that go on top of the hood, get some hood trim, and you get the license plate, the Ecto-1 license plate. Right way around, sorry. So you get the Ecto-1 license plate. You also get a free sticker. That is just a free sticker for you. It doesn't need to go on the model anywhere, my understanding. And of course you get the magazine. So you also get a free screwdriver, but I don't tend to use them. They're not the greatest. I got myself a set of screwdrivers from a hardware store. So magazine, okay, yeah, inventory in the magazine tells you all the parts, all the part numbers, what you're going to do, so you can check them off if you want to before you start building. You've also got the instructions, fairly clear instructions, too bad. What it says is that the yellow parts are the new parts, the bluey grey is the assembly that the new parts are going to go on to, and the red direction arrows are where you're going to be connecting them by the screws. Gives you screw numbers. Not the biggest instructions, so quite difficult to see sometimes what screw numbers you're using, but yeah, the instructions are fairly easy to follow, so it shows you where you're going to be going and the screws you're going to be using. So AM screws originally for the hood vents, and then BM screws for the hood trim. Okay, magazine itself, yeah, don't really look at that too much, but it's got all good information about the making of Ghostbusters from Dan Aykroyd's point of view, concept art around Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man, and what we're going to be getting in issue 2. So that's the magazine. So the parts themselves, okay, as you can see, I've already got vent number 2 or vent number 1 attached. Now that was because when I was practicing this before I put it on camera, the very first screw of this build, doesn't bode well probably, I sheared off. So that screw there sheared off, the head sheared off, which meant obviously I had the screw actually embedded in the bonnet. I had to drill that out, and then what I've done is I've put a black screw in there from the DeLorean in there to hide that hole, connected it up using that screw, and that is just the head of the screw sitting there, so I'd have to glue that back in. The other 3 screws went in absolutely fine, but since then, part of the bump for the subscription said if you're not 100% satisfied, give Eagle Moss a ring, because this is a collection from Herocollector and they're part of Eagle Moss. So I gave Eagle Moss a call, explained the situation, and they were really good and just going to send me out a new parts for issue 1 they put it down to a faulty screw, so they've had some problems with some of the screws, so that's going to be replaced for me. But for now it is just putting the vents on the bonnet, so or the hood, so I'm going to just do this anyway. They only go on one way round. They've got some spigots on there, which means you can't kind of put them on the one way round. So put them on, obviously use the white AM screws, the white tipped AM screws. They've actually painted the head of the screws white, which is nice, but not the greatest when they sheared off. I didn't really put too much pressure on it, to be honest. It was just a very small amount of pressure, but it just sheared off. I'd only got it in about halfway, and then it completely sheared off the head. I'm not the only one. I believe other people have had that problem, but as I say, Eagle Moss were good. I never had any problems with Eagle Moss. I know a few people did, but I never had any issues with Eagle Moss when I dealt with them during the build of DeLorean. Any problems I had, managed to get back issues, managed to get things replaced. They would normally just send you out a complete new issue. So even if it was just one screw that was missing, or the one part was missing, they would send you out a complete new issue with all the parts. So as I say, never really any problems. So that's the hood done. Now the next part, it is just the hood trim, the plastic chrome part. It's going to be going into the metal white part, and that's going to then be connected with BM screws. As it says in the magazine, an M after a screw means that it's going to be going into metal, and a P means that it's going to be going into plastic. So you've got an idea then, because these are self-tapping screws and they will cut their own threads. They don't cut the threads into the metal or into the plastic, so you have to kind of self-tap these screws in, which means sometimes you do take a bit of force. Hopefully not too much. Okay, so that's all the BM screws in. And that's pretty much it. So you've got the hood rim and the Ecto-1 number plate there. Okay, so that's all the parts constructed from issue 1. We've got the hood with the vents, the hood trim, and Ecto-1. Obviously that's not going to go anywhere yet, but we'll keep that to put on the model when it tells us to. But yeah, that's it, issue 1 completed. So I will be looking at getting the Mike Lane mod for the vents. I don't like these screws very much. They're kind of out of scale. They look a bit unsightly, and obviously he's got rid of those. Also, the number of vents are more screen accurate. There's 18 rather than 17, and it's got just rivets on there rather than these kind of, as I say, out of scale screws. So we'll be looking at that, ordering that in due course from Mike Lane. So thank you very much for watching the construction of issue 1 of Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, thumbs up. If you want to see the progression, you want to see them all the way through from issue 1 all the way through to issue 141, I think it is, in 2.5 years plus time, please consider subscribing to the channel, and hopefully see you next time for the construction of the parts for issue 2. That should be probably next week. Thank you very much, and take care, and see you soon. Bye bye.